Welcome to Mastering Your Energy with Asana. In these micro audios, we will deep dive into the world of energy management, productivity, and how you can leverage the hidden potential of Asana to recharge, refocus, and reignite your passion. I'm your host, Barbara Ramirez, an expert in this field with a mission to help individuals and teams banish burnout and unlock their full potential. In this episode, we're going to talk about Inbox Zero. If you've ever felt overwhelmed by an overflowing inbox, fear not, my friends. We have the solution for you, and the name is Asana. But there's two inboxes that I'll be talking about today. Your actual email for whatever email provider you use, and your Asana inbox. There could be more into communication and messages. I decided to do this episode focusing on what I have seen my clients struggling with the most. Inbox Zero has become somewhat of this holy grail in our modern work lives. It's a magical state where your email inbox is completely empty. No unread messages, no pending tasks, just pure serenity. But how do we achieve this elusive goal? Well, that's where Asana comes in. And let me paint the picture for you. Let's start with the first inbox that creates so much anxiety for most of us, myself included. Imagine waking up every morning, you get up, you go to work, you open your computer to an empty inbox. No more anxiety, no more flood of emails demanding your attention. With Asana, achieving and maintaining Inbox Zero becomes not only possible, but also effortless. Now, how can Asana help us conquer this chaos? First and foremost, it allows us to seamlessly integrate our emails with our task management system. So say goodbye to having to manually copy information from emails into separate tasks. You can actually create tasks directly from your emails within Asana itself. And by creating tasks right from your emails using Asana integrations for Gmail or Outlook, you eliminate that need for double handling information and ensure that nothing slips through the cracks. Ideally, we would love to have less emails and more actionable projects, but that's a topic for another conversation. Imagine having your clients sending you emails or to any of your team members requiring for something to get done. That's a task. That's when you must use the Asana add-on for the email and turn it into a task itself. So I actually have this decision tree on this entire topic because there's a lot involved in managing an email. You have to read it, and then most likely you have to respond to it. So in my case, we use Gmail at my virtual partner, and this is how we simplify this process. Disclaimer, we track our time individually for workload purposes, and we do it with Asana's native tracker. And if you want to learn more about this, I will add a link to this conversation I have in the Asana forum with my likes and dislikes about this. And if you've been thinking about implementing this tracker, and you are not sure how, feel free to reach out and I can help you with this. So going back, everyone has kind of this recurrent daily task to check on emails and then another one to reply emails. At least I do as the one that has to respond to outside emails the most. So I have like three scenarios. The first one, I read the email and I can reply almost within a minute or so. We'll do it and then archive it and move on to the next one. Second scenario, I read the email, but I note I'm first doing this triage and I know that I'm not in the energy state or mood to sit and write or respond to the email. So I will snooze it. If you don't know what that is, that's a feature in Gmail, and I know that Outlook also has it, that allows you to kind of pause the email until a certain day and time, and it will pop up back into your inbox as an unread email at the time that you have selected. I use it a lot because I clean up both my Gmail and Asana first thing in my morning, almost in less than 15 minutes. But thinking and writing, I'll get it done probably in the afternoon. So I will probably see like one or two emails for the afternoon. Third scenario, whenever there's an email that needs to have an action for my team, so I will go ahead and before I hit reply, I will create a task in Asana. We use Google Workspace, but this applies again also for Outlook. And once the task gets completed, I'll get notified. I have already archived the email because I already converted it to a task. So when the task gets completed and I get notified, from there, I will quickly reply to the email. It's very effortless because the actual email will be added to the task. So unless you delete it, it's very easy to go back to the email without having to search for it. See how easy that sounds? It actually is. You just have to let it go. Let go of keeping those emails there, make them actionable. And I will talk about this in another episode, but you also need to implement a better communication system with your clients. That helps you receive your communications in a better way than emails that will slow your inbox. And I'm not talking about Slack. I'm talking for other features of Asana, such as forms, which are amazing. We've done it, and you'll hear about it later. Now, for a similar approach, we always do a triage first. Let's talk about now Asana's inbox. So in Asana is where the action happens. And if you know by now, if it's not a task, it will never get done, meaning if it's not in Asana, no one will work on that. So you have to make sure you have the right tasks and actions. First, you have to make sure you have the right settings in place for your notifications so that you receive the ones that you care the most. Second, if it's a comment and it's being addressed to you directly, you can respond right away. Go ahead, reply, and archive. If it's something that it will take more time, you have to make sure you have a task for that action and then archive the notification. In Asana's inbox, we can filter the things that were being mentioned. And I love this because I don't care about those notifications when they say you've been assigned to a task or just being shared to a project. I don't see them. I only see all my ad mentions, and then the rest of my work is in my tasks and my portfolios where I have my projects. Once I read everything, I will clear the filter and archive the rest. I've been doing that for a while, and I've never missed a deadline or something important. I can tell you that. On that, a few months ago, I did a mini training on a real use case of one of my inboxes with our fractional Asana Manager clients. I'm in their organizations, so for simplicity purposes, I did a 30 minutes training explaining in detail all the possibilities that could happen trying to accomplish Asana's Inbox Zero. I will leave the access for the mini training in the description of this episode if you wish to learn more. Now, I want you to go back to the source of this mess. Remember, you have to create a system that allows you to streamline these communications and use the tools that you have for that in Asana. With that, I want to wrap up this episode on achieving Inbox Zero with the help of Asana. We have explored how powerful this tool is. We all know it's amazing how it can seamlessly integrate your emails into your tasks. Note that I'm not saying that every email must be a task and every notification must be a task. You have to simplify that. So try to replicate the things that could work for you. So like I mentioned, in our case, we track our time just for workflow and to understand what we are doing, what do we have to do next. So try to replicate the things that will apply to you, do a proper triage, and create the actions for what you actually need to work on. Remember, archiving emails is the best that you can do. Don't leave them there because otherwise you are not cleaning up your mess. Achieving inbox zero is not just about using Asana effectively, it's also about implementing this communication system that works for you, with your team, and with your clients. If you're ready to learn more insights on mastering Asana's inbox zero approach, remember to check the link with that mini training. It is fantastic. I've been helping so many clients with that approach. It's been amazing the results they're getting. It's wonderful to see how they're getting more focus on their work. Thank you for listening. Mastering your energy is an ongoing journey, one that requires self-awareness, intentional practices, and effective tools. With Asana by your side, you have a partner in reclaiming control over your energy levels and finding balance amidst life demands. If there's a specific topic or question related to managing energy or utilizing Asana that you'd like for me to explore further, you'll find a link for a contact form so that you can connect with me. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you for joining, and remember, the power lies within you to create a harmonious relationship between work and well-being. Together with Asana, we can unlock that potential within ourselves and thrive in every aspect of our lives.